This is really about making men feel ashamed. Look at the way she talks down to him.
Until one of you clips a food truck, ruining your perfect
Okay,
friend.
pause it. Okay, watch his face dip down. Look at that. Shame. And look at her, look at him. Shame on you. Shame. You loser. You nothing. Okay, let's show this Kia ad. This is another ad, exactly the same. They're looking for parking, and he's being a total wimp about it. I'll have to go in the middle of the screen so you can see both their faces. He's being a total wimp about choosing a spot, and she's just disgusted with him. Look at this.
We should park back there, babe.
Great idea. Hadn't thought of that. Let's just park back in our driveway.
Look how scared he is. Why is she driving, by the way?
Run it right up the gut.
You just drove on a hill. There was plenty of spots down there. Look at his face.
Yoga pants are pants.
Look at him. Oh, what the? I never thought about that. She went right outside the box. She said that in that commercial. She says, someone has to wear the pants in this family. Yoga pants are pants. That ad was directed towards women. No man is buying that car. Here's another one about air conditioning. Mr. Fix-It. Look at the way she talks to her pathetic husband.
Me again. Well, Mr. Fix-It here won't be fixing anything anytime soon. Don't give me that look.
Don't give me that look. She doesn't even look at him.
I wanted our air conditioner tuned up the right way.
Why don't you call some real men?
No surprise.
Yeah. Like, that's a real man.
Service techs are so friendly.
He grabs her ass in this next scene. Look at his face. What the? Oh, she's, of course, holding the form. I'll handle this, loser. He almost broke his neck. The guy almost died trying to keep your house at 70 degrees. And what do? You go, don't give me that look, you loser. Here's my favorite one, though. This Allstate one. Look, it's a fact that women tend to be worse drivers. Sorry, we're talking about millions of people, and there are exceptions, obviously. Those exceptions are called anecdotes. Anecdotal evidence does not refute a pattern. But this woman playing dumb is actually dumb. And she says that this anecdotal evidence means she's a good driver. And she says it with a black man in her mouth.
You said men are superior drivers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look how scared he is.
How'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check.
So weird, right? My agent Tom said
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
Yeah, that doesn't mean women are better drivers, idiot. Look how scared he is. I want to get out of here. Oh.
Silence.
Silence, she says.
Ask an Allstate agent about.
Whatever, I'm a libertarian, it's the free market. If women are doing the buying, we'll make ads kowtow to their fantasies where they subjugate their husbands. But I just want to know, for the record, us husbands are watching these stupid commercials, and they're really annoying.
It turns out that if you put all the various possible spellings of Muhammad together, it is the most common baby name in England and Wales. England is lost. Push it out into sea. We had a good fight, and it's over now. We can only hope we don't mimic that same failure here on our border.
It is out at sea.
There is one.
No, it's got to go straight.
Go further out to sea.
Scrape the bottom
Okay.
off so it floats. These fucking bureaucrats with no interest in being there, these rude, lazy morons, are going to be handling your justice. You're imparting your freedom and your liberty and your equality. You're saying, hey, shitheads, can you run my life, please? Even the cat calls today are fucking pussy cat calls. They're like, hello, yo, you're so beautiful, God bless. What?
What's wrong with that?
It's pussy whip. You're supposed to say, that ass just ruined my day. Or, I would fucking suck the dick. I would love to kiss. Well, tell me a fire. I'm genuinely interested. Tell me a fire.
I mean, sexual assault is still an issue.
More men get raped than women. So, feminism, we need feminism because too many men are getting raped.
Too many people are getting raped. That's part of it.
Okay, that actually makes sense. We need feminism because more men are getting raped than women, and we need to bring that number down.
We need to bring all numbers down around rape and sexual assault.
Well, the cases of rape are plummeting over the past quarter century. All crime is going down. Okay, so, but then feminists should be outside prisons going, this is out of control. Stop prison rape. Stop prison rape. Leave men alone. Leave men alone. I cannot picture that.
Yeah, well, I think that there's There should be more.
Okay, so
addressing-
men getting raped is one fire that we need feminism for. Give me another one. Women in the hood love being catcalled. Black women love it.
Not all of them, no.
Well, not all of them.
And not all the time. I mean,
Nothing is all. Nothing, it's not. We're not in Stalinist Russia. Nothing's all.
I have witnessed women trying to protect themselves and figure out how to get out of the situation just because of aggressive catcalls. And like,
well, you're right.
navigate
Black
it.
men can get out of control sometimes, but
It's
for the
actually
most part,
pretty balanced in who's catcalling.
oh really? Lots of black women running in fear from horny white men in Bed-Stuy.
It does happen.
Come on. Women are bleaching their anus. You know how many men have gone, she's almost perfect, but her anus is brown. So we're splitting up.
Assessment. How can it be such a risk if they don't know where he stands? What are you doing, Gavin?
I have spent a lot of time with British people. They are huge wimps, and their entire life philosophy revolves around capitulation, and that is why they've lost their whole island to Islam. If you look at the demography of 18 to 25s there, they're all named Muhammad. London looks like Londonistan.
All of them? Everyone.
The most common name in Britain now with young people is Mohammed.
Yes, and then
You
Simon.
incorporate all the spellings.
Yeah.
And all these sort of satellite suburbs that are around London, I mean, they're not all Muslim, but they're Bangladeshi, they're brown. So London's gone, and it's because their whole thing is, who am I not offending? They see Trump offending people, and they go, well, that's going to be terrible. No, dude, we tried capitulation. We tried being weak. We tried conducting all our affairs based on who it's going to make maddest and or who's going to make not maddest, and it doesn't work. So America's turning over a new leaf now, and we're not going to take it anymore.
Okay.
Hello, folks. Huffington Post is continuing its war on everything normal with a video about why feminism is good for men. I really feel like this is feminism's death knell. They are running out of steam in 2016, so now they need new members, and they are trying to recruit men as members. Let's see how well this goes.
Being a real man means being tough, strong.
Correct.
And definitely not girly or sensitive.
Correct.
But imagine if we could change all that.
Wait, stop. For the record, I don't want to change any of that. That's all great. You're not a man unless you have beaten the shit out of someone, had the shit beaten out of you, had your heart broken, and broken heart. Those are the 4 minimums. Now, I would like to throw in maybe a bad acid trip and a threesome, but those are the 4 basics we need. There's no need to change those. Why are we changing those?
Imagine if you weren't considered any less of a man if you weren't to openly talk about your feelings. Or
Imagine you were
binge-watch
considered no less of a basketball player if you couldn't
ballet
dunk.
class.
Whoa! A tough black guy can ballet it up? Okay, first of all, by the way, no one shits on, what do you call a male ballerina? A ballerina? No one shits on those guys. We know how hard it is. No, he does fucking ballet. No thanks. We know it's grueling. And in fact, when you think of a ballerina dude, you think gay or Russian. And if he's straight, you think, wow, he must get tons of skinny poon. So I don't know whose mind you think you're blowing by saying it's okay to do ballet. Yeah, thanks. And by the way, you know who does ballet? Like 32 guys. Thanks for blowing my mind with 32 guys. All right, what's this guy getting a fucking heart on his
options. You want to be a nurse, a teacher, or stay-at-home dad?
Where's that tattoo going?
Stuffy gender roles say that a man has to provide. Feminism says, who cares? You're no less of a man if it's your wife that brings home the Tubmans.
Oh, gross! Stop. First of all, she was tattooing his ass. And I have a tattoo on my ass. It's a tattoo of an ass with a tattoo of an ass on it. That's acceptable. Otherwise, don't get a tattoo on your ass. And no, don't get a Harriet Tubman tattoo, dude. This is how you sell us your new view of manlyhood. A guy has a Harriet Tubman tattoo? I can't think of anything. It's not even gay or not masculine. It's just really, really weird. And, sorry, being a nurse is queer. A man should not be a nurse. And when I say queer, I mean very weird. And stay-at-home dad, I've noticed this is a push recently. There was another video, the U.S. State of Women, and they were talking about how stay-at-home dads are awesome and women in the workforce is great. I don't know why they're so determined to switch roles. I smell some sort of weird agenda here. And it is a phenomenon I've noticed, mostly from the left, where they oversimplify something till it's a straw man argument and then go, how can you have a problem with this? Gay marriage is just about two people in love. You don't like two people in love? Transphobia bathrooms, transgender bathrooms, it's all about transphobia. People are scared of trans. What, you scared of trans? No, you're the one who made that facile analogy. I don't have to defend it. In fact, you freaking out about how it doesn't make sense is proof that it's a dumb analogy. You're coming to me with your stupid idea and saying, what is this? And I go, I don't know, you made it. Check out this clip with Bill Maher.
And finally, new rule.
White people. That's us.
Have to find some middle ground between racists and people who see racism everywhere.
Okay.
Because at this point, I can't tell who's more annoying. Conservatives who don't care about anyone who isn't white.
Okay, stop. Just stop. I have to take a break inside this analogy. This is the conclusion the left drives from our hatred of welfare and social programs is that we don't want black people to have them because we don't care about them. We don't like the poor. No, shit for brains. We don't think they work. In fact, we think welfare programs, food stamps, all this stuff is overused, and we think it hurts the people it purports to help. We see American Indian tribes that have casinos and get money, and we see them hampered by this charity. So you've just taken this assumption that it works to give people welfare and said, if you don't like that, you don't like those people. No, dummy. We're saying it's bad. We're saying you've shattered the black family by incentivizing single moms. But just for fun, sorry I had to explain that. Let's assume that, yes, conservatives don't care about black people. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Who hate themselves because they are white.
Now he just repeats it.
There's got to be some sweet spot between the PC police and the Baltimore police.
Oh, look at his face. Oh, wait, you missed it. That guy from the .com show goes like this after. What is with that format, by the way? That's enough of that. What is with this format where you say something and then go, like a weird Christmas elf just shit the bed and he thinks it's cute, and then waits for the other guests to go, yes, you nailed it, Bill. As if your studio audience isn't sycophantic enough. So yeah, Bill Maher right there was just making fun of how dumb his analogy is, how naive his view of America is, how naive his view of the entire Western world is, for that matter. He's saying, why is it just conservatives who hate black people and liberals who hate white people? Can't there be something in between? Yeah, it's called the rest of us, you idiot. Don't you see that when you come up with a conclusion that looks ridiculous, that maybe your conclusion is wrong? Two people just want to be in love. Why do you hate that? I don't hate that. You're the one who came up with that definition of gay marriage. I don't like it because it's bullying Christians. You keep going to these bakeries where they don't make cakes for gays. You weren't sitting there going, we just had a wedding with no cake because none of the bakeries. No, you went and you found the bad guys because you're not about two people in love. You're about antagonizing Christians. You keep finding these people who don't want to do it just so you can focus the spotlight on them because it's not about love. It's about bullying. So don't come to me and say, how can you be against love? You're the one who said it's about love, not me. Similarly, transphobia. I saw this thing in the Daily Show and they go, ooh, trans people. What are you so scared of, loser? And you go, transphobia isn't my word. I'm not phobic of them. I feel bad for them. I feel like most of them are mentally ill gays. I don't go, ooh, you trans, get off my lawn. I go, oh, Jesus, Lord. I'm not scared. You're the one who came up with phobia. Homophobia? You think we're walking the streets late at night and we see someone in short shorts and a feather boa and we go, oh, fuck, here we go. Another gay mugger. I'm scared. We're not scared. And you keep seeing with these people will come to something where the logic, and in science, by the way, when you have a hypothesis and it's disproven, you go, back to the drawing board. Not the left. They just go, It's complicated. Like, I get it all the time. You're a white supremacist, yet you married a non-white and have non-white kids?
So many people compare themselves to what's in the media.
I am very nervous. I know this isn't going to look the same.
You should be nervous. You're about to be humiliated by your peers.
The same, but I just hope it looks okay.
It won't look okay. Look at Gigi Hadid. Okay, stop. What is that? Gigi Hadid. We had the other one. Was that Kate Moss, or probably her fucking granddaughter? We've got Gigi Hadid, who you could have made her in a lab. Her mother was a supermodel that came, by the way, from not Deutschland, but the Netherlands. You know why women are hot in the Netherlands? Because Vikings went and stole all the pretty girls from all over the world and then brought them back to Scandinavia and bred them. So it took hundreds of years to make Gigi Hadid, and some very nefarious raping and pillaging in throughout history to make her. And you're like, how come she's super hot? It only took a few hundred years of dominating the world to make her. I ate Slurpees all day. I should be her. I'm not LeBron James, okay? You can't be that. You can't just have that. It's very rare. That's why it's on the cover of a magazine. It's unusual to be that pretty. That's why they get snatched from a shopping mall in Ohio. They go, holy crap, you're part of the 0.00001%. I'm sorry if it doesn't make you feel pretty not to be pretty. You're not making it any better by stuffing your face with Chick-fil-A all day. Go ahead. Oh, so these are the ads that they chose.
Today I'm modeling a Gigi Hadid in a Tommy Hilfiger ad. She's sitting on a coil of rope, like some sort of nautical Disney princess. And wearing a coat, which I like, because coats cover all sorts of things.
Yeah, that's why Gigi's wearing a coat in the ad, to hide her perfect body. Like, why don't you just put someone in a wheelchair up against Mike Tyson while you're at it?
At the same time.
I always wanted to fight.
But also, like, you have to look like you don't care.
We've got a handicapped child here who's going to fight Mike Tyson.
Nice to start posing and then have everyone.
This is so cruel, right?
Like,
if I did that, you go, that's mean. That kid's going to get killed.
Good.
This girl is getting killed. Look at her.
I'm modeling the Burberry ad with Jasmine.
I personally wanted to be in this photo because I saw this model with a shaved head and I thought it was so sick and so different.
You're exactly the same as her. You both have shaved heads. Ergo, you're both, what, nines?
That's going to try to, like, cover up my nipples.
Some of these women, by the way, are so turgid. I can't tell what race they are. When your face is all puffy, I don't know if you're Indonesian,
I'm really excited
black.
to represent, like, the
She looks like she's been inflated with a bicycle
pump. Like, that type of look.
Why? No jock would ever do this. No, if a frat did this, we just had the Harvard men's soccer get banned for a year because they rated women.
Boobs from both of
Yet
us,
when
so
women get together with their own, they humiliate them. Look at these
like
poor girls.
there.
You're not even in the same universe as those girls.
Scarves aren't meant to cover your boobs. They're meant to keep us warm.
I'm doing the Kate Spade
What race
ad,
is this
and
from?
I
I have no
thought it
idea.
looked really badass.
The race
She's really
balloon.
beautiful, tall, skinny. Yeah, I'm the complete opposite of her.
Yes!
So this is completely out of my comfort zone. I'm usually behind the scenes.
Why are you doing this? I
think
honestly,
this will be
I'm
really
lost
fun
here. I don't understand. Why are we glorifying obesity? And I think they're showing you that obese women are just as attractive as the most beautiful women in the world.
I was really,
well, they're clearly not. So what have you done here?
Fun, but
you spent all day taking photos and doing makeup on these unattractive women, and now they are slightly less unattractive.
I'm modeling the
Wait a minute, just pause it here. Wait a minute. So you've done all this work to make these unattractive women look more attractive by putting makeup on them and stuff. Isn't that what we're saying? Aren't we the guys that say, can you just try, please? Can you put on some makeup and some high heel shoes? I mean, all these women, by the way, if they're around during last call and have high heels on, they got a man. I mean, you go to Walmart, you see a sphere with just 2 shoes at the bottom and a little hat on top, pushing a stroller. She's got 6 kids. Someone is making love to her. So ladies, give an effort and we're in. If you're mad at someone, get mad at yourselves and at homosexuals. Because I mean, I'm actually surprised myself. I think I'm attracted to every single woman in this video. Okay, go ahead.
A little nervous about it. I think it's
Oh my God! All right, stop. She looks like a beanbag that got shot with a tranquilizer dart. I mean, beached whale is considered an insult. That is pretty accurate. I mean, that's not even an insult. It's an simile. It's a reasonable metaphor. And look at all the cellulite. Like, the body's having trouble figuring out what to do. You know, I talked to a surgeon. He said I can't operate on these people because I have to burn through the fat with a laser. And then when I go to close them up, the fat can't be resealed, so the sutures pop out. It's not
natural. Surgeons didn't go to school to learn how to do that. You're dying! You're not beautiful! I want you to be beautiful. That's the crazy part. In my world, with my patriarchy, you live. In your world, where we glorify your obsession with Slurpees, you die. And you don't die quick, by the way. You get diabetes, and we amputate your fingers and toes. It ain't pretty, lady. And you ain't either. Okay, keep going. I don't know how much longer I can take about this.
Women aren't seen in the media and fashion world.
She looks terrible.
As sexual beings. Hopefully I can rock it.
No, sorry. We can draw all over your face. We can draw a pretty woman on your face. And like add contours so we don't see your giant chipmunk cheeks.
It's not easy even looking
Look at that!
like you're sleeping.
Look at that.
Modeling
If a
is
frat
definitely
did
hard.
that, they would get the shit beaten out of them by the frat next door.
Just because women are less physically strong doesn't mean you get to push them around.
I don't push them around. I want them doing their magical powers, which is breeding, making babies. Sure, some of them are tough enough to be in the Marines. They're called lesbians. You are pretending that they're all exactly the same, and they should all fucking Supermans should be Clark Kent and working at the Daily Bugle. No. Clark Kent is a shitty journalist. Some of Supermen might be good, but the majority of them should use their magic power, and that is making babies and shaping lives. Now, when we take men out of the equation, we shape lives like you and make these giant fucking ginger babies who drink moonshine all day.
That's not moonshine, that's sweet tea that my Meemaw made me. And second of all,
your Meemaw made you into a pussy. She made you into a sweet tea. And yes, there should be armed guards at all schools. The more guns, the merrier.
To popular belief, your body needs food to provide energy for basic functions. That's science.
Stop. That's science. They're telling us that if we don't eat food, we will die. Did I say die of starvation? No. And by the way, every other culture in the world has tons of problems with you, especially the handicapped girl. If she was in Africa, they'd be going, I have some good news for you. We will drown you in albino blood, and we will light you on fire, and then the flames will go back and bring your juju back. In India, they'll light you on fire if your husband died, because what's worse than being a widow? I know, I'll just light you on fire. You're good. I'm the bad guy now? We are the most accepting, open-minded culture in the world, and the fact that you think I'm sitting here insisting you starve to death is just insane. And yeah, very insulting. Continue.
That your almost naked body is
She looks fine. She looks fine besides the horrible problem with her leg. She looks perfectly fine. I'm sure a doctor would agree.
Inequality that
She's obese. She's a 10. Okay, let's look at these three bodies here. A doctor is going to say, you're fine, you could do with a little bit of help, and then you, the one behind Gavin, is in trouble. Here's the deal, okay? I'm, by the way, a fat pig. A lot of people, the new thing in feminism is, I'm perfect, I'm beautiful. No, you're dying. You're dying. This is not good, okay? This is bad. This, very few guys I know, especially over 30, have an issue with this. This, we don't even want that. This whole idea of abs, we never asked you for that. That's gross. We don't want to rub your big, strong Madonna arms. No guy has ever said, I wish you would put on some Lululemons and get a six-pack. Go ahead.
hundreds of years.
Now it's time for the ultimate bikini body challenge.
You're dying.
Read some literature that challenges the culture.
Oh, here's the crazy part.
Okay, bikini body.
Stop. Have you noticed, by the way, that these feminists now speak in this weird jargon that is incomprehensible with intersectionality and feminine mystique and cisgender and genderqueer? I would say a fraction, maybe 0.5% of America understands what the hell they're talking about. Now, I obviously don't want anyone censored, free speech and all that, but you realize you're learning Klingon, right? And if a Trekkie was to say, I speak Klingon and it's my primary language and I would like other people to read Klingon books, all you're doing is ostracizing yourself. And as far as health goes, you've ostracized yourself to fatal standards. You're going to die. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't think you should eat yourself to death. What's next? Junkies with syringes in their arms going, this is my choice and I'm beautiful. Hello, folks. Huffington Post is continuing its war on everything normal with a video about why feminism is good for men. I really feel like this is feminism's death knell. They are running out of steam in 2016, so now they need new members, and they are trying to recruit men as members. Let's see how well this goes.
Being a real man means being tough, strong,
correct,
I'm definitely not girly or sensitive.
Correct.
But imagine if we could change all that.
Wait, stop. For the record, I don't want to change any of that. That's all great. You're not a man unless you have beaten the shit out of someone, had the shit beaten out of you, had your heart broken, and broken heart. Those are the 4 minimums. Now, I would like to throw in maybe a bad acid trip and a threesome, but those are the 4 basics we need. There's no need to change those. Why are we changing those?
Imagine if you weren't considered any less of a man if you weren't to openly talk about your feelings. Or
Imagine you were considered no less of a basketball player if you couldn't
ballet
dunk.
class.
Whoa! A tough black guy can ballet it up? Okay, first of all, by the way, no one shits on, what do you call a male ballerina? A ballerina? No one shits on those guys. We know how hard it is. No one, he does fucking ballet. No thanks. We know it's grueling. And in fact, when you think of a ballerina dude, you think gay or Russian. And if he's straight, you think, wow, he must get tons of skinny poon. So I don't know whose mind you think you're blowing by saying it's okay to do ballet. Yeah, thanks. And by the way, you know who does ballet? Like 32 guys. Thanks for blowing my mind with 32 guys. All right, what's this guy getting a fucking heart
All
on his
about
butt?
options. You want to be a nurse, a teacher, or stay-at-home dad?
Where's that tattoo going?
Stuffy gender roles say that a man has to provide. Feminism says, who cares? You're no less of a man if it's your wife that brings home the Tubmans.
Oh, gross! Stop. First of all, she was tattooing his ass. And I have a tattoo on my ass. It's a tattoo of an ass with a tattoo of an ass on it. That's acceptable. Otherwise, don't get a tattoo on your ass. And no, don't get a Harriet Tubman tattoo, dude. This is how you sell us your new view of manlyhood. A guy has a Harriet Tubman tattoo? I can't think of anything. It's not even gay or not masculine. It's just really, really weird. And, sorry, being a nurse is queer. A man should not be a nurse. And when I say queer, I mean very weird. And stay-at-home dad, I've noticed this is a push recently. There was another video, the U.S. State of Women, and they were talking about how stay-at-home dads are awesome and women in the workforce is great. I don't know why they're so determined to switch roles. I smell some sort of weird agenda here.
The dominant narrative in America is white people are evil, white people suck, we should be ashamed of ourselves. And
I don't think we should be ashamed of ourselves. I think that we should take responsibility for the system that we've created.
The best system in the world?
Oh, we do not have the best system in the world.
Who has a better system?
There are many European countries that are much better off than us.
Oh, you mean like the European countries with a higher density of whites, like Northern Europe?
That's one way to phrase it, I guess.
You don't mean Turkey.
No.
You don't mean Eastern Europe
No.
with the communists. So the only time you can come up with a system that's better than America, it's a country that's more white than America. I don't understand.
So, yes, it does generate more income when women are slaves too. But we would like you maybe to let us provide for you. And yes, women can stay at home and we can afford it if we don't spend tons of money on garbage. I grew up middle class in Canada with a mom who stayed home. And you know what? Our lifestyle would be considered brutally impoverished today. Back then it was upper middle class. But this continue, black economist.
Place, we're actually talking about a healthy work-life balance. And now we have time for our hobbies. Hey, Frank.
Okay, stop.
Need help with...
You have time for your hobbies because you didn't have kids, and your hobbies are stupid. And yes, that includes video games. And no men knit. Okay? Again, they're proving the opposite of what they set out to prove. Men don't get Harriet Tubman tattoos, they don't knit, and 32 of them are ballerinas.
That pearl stitch?
None of those guys know what that kind of
shows
stitch
that
is.
couples who split the chores at home actually have more and better sex.
The more we can dismantle our
Stop. I've actually read the opposite. I read a study that said men who do chores at home get less sex. But what kind of a motive is this for women to let their ovaries dry up and bust their ass? You'll get laid more. Go ahead.
It's about how women look, act, and exist in the world. The more we should be able to do the same for men.
By the way, isn't it funny? You know that these actors that they chose in real life could not believe any of this shit less. You know that we've met people, right? Huffington Post. You know that we have friends. You know that we've been around the block before. This is a great video to send into outer space if you want aliens to think lies about Earth.
Let's welcome tonight's guests. Well, he's a prog and a fog. It's Miles McInnes, brother of our friend Gavin McInnes, stay-at-home blogger. First, I want to ask you, do you feel safe here among the other panelists?
In the belly of the beast? Absolutely not. I'll be very impressed and surprised if I get out of here alive.
Really? Well, we invited you here because we wanted your opinions. Because we believe...
No, you invited me here so you could ridicule me and say things that are not nice, because that's what conservatives do. Faux news.
Faux news. All right, sir. Well, let me ask you how you feel about these students. Do you support these students in their right to limit expression?
That's a very interesting way of phrasing it. I support these students in their right not to be abused by speech. You know, it's all this screaming at them, insulting them, and yelling at them is the same as fire in a crowded theater. It's threatening to them, and it's illegal to have hate speech that threatens people. This sort of free speech that you're promoting is actually illegal.
It is illegal.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Because you're threatening people. You're saying Black lives don't matter. That's a threat to them.
I never said that.
Well, that's basically what you're saying when you're not letting us scream at people having brunch and scream at people in libraries.
So it's okay for you guys to scream, but I can't scream back?
We're screaming, help!
Wow.
We're not screaming, you're a jerk. Well, we're sort of screaming you're a jerk, but it's because you're hurting us. If you're getting punched, you might go, help, this is a jerk.
But so you're saying words are like fists?
Yes, words have power. Wake up, America.
Wow. No,
Say fire in a crowded theater and tell me words don't have power.
What if there is a fire?
There is a fire going on right now, and it's a war on the non-privileged.
Interesting.
Ready?
All right.
Not ready.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Gavin.
Emily.